Hello everyone. Today we will be discussing about managing stress levels. How can the stress be dangerous in our lives and what is the importance of managing stress, and if you are living with high level of stress levels, what results or outcomes it may bring forth into your life. You are putting your entire well-being at risk once if you are at stress. Stress always wreaks havoc on your emotional equilibrium. Along with that, physical health also is affected once if you are under stress. It narrows your ability to think clearly, function effectively, and enjoy your life to the fullest. It may seem like there is nothing you can do about stress. Sometimes you may think that what can we do if once we are under stress, it is a part of our life, we cannot do anything. But your work, your family responsibility, you'll find that many other things may be inducing stress into your life, and you have a lot more control than you might think regarding stress. Effective stress management therapies may help you break the whole stress that has come into your life. So you can be happier, healthier, and more productive once if you are not under stress. So stressful life always leads to you may not be able to be productive, neither you'll do the things whatever you wish to do in the way you wish to do. So you need to eliminate stress from your life. Stress management is really essential. And what is stress? You may see here, despondency, demotivation, and depression will lead you to stressful life. And along with that, once you are under stress, psychological and behavioral responses by an individual may be perceived, and a lack of equilibrium between the demand which is placed upon you and whatever your ability to meet to those demands, which over a period of time may lead you to ill health as well. Stress is a feeling of emotional and physical tension, and it can come from any event. Whatever is happening into your life, how you are dealing to those conditions, and what are the measures, what are the precautions, what are the preparations you are doing for those particular events that you may be having in your life. According to that only, you'll find that the stress levels are variant in everyone's life. In short, we may say that stress can be positive, such as when it helps you avoid danger or meet a deadline. At that time, you may find, suppose tomorrow there is exam, and at that time, if you are under stress, that stress is helpful for you, and it should be there once if you are determined to face to the challenges that you may be facing in your examination. So we may see that symptoms of stress are apathy, teeth grinding, muscle tension, skin irritation. Some physical reactions may also appear, and you can identify that you are under stress. Some decreased sex drive, fatigue, stomach problems, anger, anxiety, headaches, trouble concentrating. So once tomorrow you have you may be having exam, and you may find yourself that you are not able to concentrate. You cannot learn the things, and your mind is floating from one place to another. So these are all the symptoms, and you should identify and immediately find some remedies or solutions for your stress. The impact of stress on your body and functions, you can see here. it physically, mentally, and affects to your immune system, to your nervous system, to your endocrine system, and you never know to what level it may affect. The effect of stress on the nervous system have been investigated for 50 years, and you may find that the results of these studies has many effects on the human nervous system and can be caused as, or they can be taken as structural changes in different parts of your brain as well. So chronic stress can even lead you to atrophy of the brain mass and decrease its weight as well. So you can see the harmful damages and the consequences that you may see once if you are under stress. So cytokines are a large group of proteins, peptides, or glycoproteins that are secreted by specific cell or immune system, as you can see here in this picture also. So that's why I am elaborating it also, that cytokines are a category of signaling molecules that medicate and regulate your immunity, your inflammation, and hematopoiesis. All these physical reactions and your nervous system, your endocrine system, your immune system, whether they are working, whether they are functioning perfectly, or they are over functioning, or they are not at all functioning. So it has to be taken care of once if you need to eradicate the symptoms of stress from your life, because it is really dangerous. As you may have observed in the previous slide, symptoms of stress can be seen here, and we had already observed that although we all experience stress differently, some common symptoms you may see, such as difficulty in sleeping, weight gain or weight loss also is the major cause, and it can be taken as the major symptom of stress. Irritability, teeth grinding, panic attacks, headaches, difficulty in concentrating, and you can here also see some more, such as insomnia. If you have the feeling of sleeplessness, if you have low energy feeling, if you are having headaches, muscle pain, and many other problems, they are also physical, mental problems. They will also come under the category of the symptoms of stress. First, you need to identify the symptoms, and accordingly, you can take the measures to remove them. Symptoms of stress are also sweaty hands or feet, heartburn, excessive sleeping is also one of the cause of stress, fatigue, and even you may see many other reasons or symptoms which may tell you that you are under stress, although you may not admit that I am under stress, but still these are the symptoms that they will tell you that you are under stress. If you are feeling fatigue, nausea, feeling overwhelmed, and obsessive or compulsive behavior, if you are projecting, even then it is reflected that you are under stress. So warning signs of how stress can affect us at work and in our daily lives, you can see here. So these are all anxiety, depression, fatigue, social withdrawal. Sometimes what happens that you may not feel like talking to someone. Sometimes you switch off your mobile phone. You will not react on your status and even on social media. So this retrieving back or this withdrawal from society is also a symptom which will portray that you are under stress. Sometimes when we are stressed, we don't feel like opening our WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, and many other social apps that are available. And decreased concentration is also one of the symptoms. And sometimes you may find that you have a mood or temperamental behavior, that you are not having the mood of doing certain things. Sometimes if you have low quality of sleep, that means you are sleeping for 10 hours, still you are feeling that you are tired, that means the quality sleep you have not taken. And sometimes people are having migraines, poor health, many other health issues may occur in their body. Apathy, substance abuse, binge eating. So you may see these are all the reasons that will, you need to identify them, that out of these which symptom you have within yourself, and you can identify that what sort of uh, what level of stress you are having. Why is stress helpful? Sometimes you may see that stress is also helpful, beneficial, advantageous in your life. It works as protective mechanism that warn us out for certain dangers that may have been approaching in our life. And some natural reactions that tell us that what we have to do at that particular moment when we are stressful, or what are the reactions that we need to take. The response is now referred to as the fight or flight response, or you can even say the stress response. Although it is called fight and flight response, but still we can take it as stress response for the if we want to understand it to the easiest way. When your evolutionary ancestors saw a saber-toothed cat, they ran from it. Stress saved their lives. So you may see that many a time we are saved because we are under stress. Suppose suddenly if you see a snake in front of you, you'll run from there, you'll take certain measures so that you can rescue your life. And even you will observe that where that snake is going, and it may not damage, it may not create any havoc, it may not move to a place where you may not be able to find out where it has gone. So out of stress, because that snake may create in your life, you'll become more active and you'll take certain measures that you may not have taken in your life ever. So stress has remained a part of the evolutionary drive as well, because it is useful, it is beneficial for your survival. On certain occasions, you may see if you have a passive behavior, you'll never be helping yourself, neither you are helping to others. So you need to be active, and even when you are under stress in those moments, sometimes you create many things. Stress increases our awareness and improves our physical performance, and even sometimes mental performance as well. So we can say this, that stress is really helpful, and it is a defense mechanism. Once if we are not having this mechanism in our body, then we may find that in certain occasions, in certain moments, we may fail to react in what appropriate way we could have reacted once if we were under stress. Why stress is harmful? You can see we have seen the beneficial effect. Now we will see the adverse effect of stress. So repetitive exposure of the stress response on your body is proven to lead to long lasting psychological and physical health issues. So these include cardiovascular diseases, diabetes, anxiety, depression, and many other diseases that are caused because of these 3-4 things that I have mentioned over here. So once if you are stressed, then you may find you'll have many other symptoms. They'll appear within your body that we had already discussed in the previous slides. So stress management is really necessary. It is a technique and a strategy that you need to imbibe within yourself so that you can manage your life. You can solve certain problems that may arise in your life. How to be assertive, that is one important thing. Once if you are under stress, you need to be managed. And what is that management? You need to be assertive. And what is assertive? be clear, be honest, and be fair. Once if you have these three things, you'll never find any problem in your life. So always be clear, effective in communication. This is really necessary. And when we are assertive and we ask for what we want, what we require in our life, then definitely we will have those things, because we are clearly explaining or stating about those things that we are really requiring in our life. So if you are assertive, if you have the behavior of this type, then the key is doing this in a fair and firm manner while still having empathy for others. Once if you have this sort of quality within yourself, you will find that others are also reacting accordingly. And they will also identify your quality, and they will also definitely help you, and you may find that you are not under stress, because you can keep the things clear rather than entangling yourself in those things. Just make it clear, be honest, be fair, and still find some ways, and you'll definitely find the ways of moving further. So the second thing you can do is reduce the noise. And how can you do that? Because this is also one of the cause of stress in your life, that you may be irritated if somebody is making so much noise. You may also be nervous at some times. Sleep disturbance also, increased stress levels and increased blood pressure, and many other physical issues will appear within your body, and they will reflect that you are under stressed. Switching off all the technology, screen time, and constant stimuli can help us slow down. So sometime when you feel that you are under stress, at that time you can switch off your mobile, and you will find that you are staying in ultimate heaven. You may have done it in your life. Once in a blue moon, we always do it, so that now we are not at all under stress. Nobody will blame us that we haven't picked the phone, neither we answered the message or something like that. So if we are in this type of condition, we'll definitely find that we are not under stress. So this thing also you can do, and you can manage some time for yourself where you can find a peaceful environment around you. Because if you are staying in the peaceful environment, definitely you'll find that you have reduced stress from your life. You need to manage your time as well. You can see here, if the time is managed as per your planning. So management and planning, both these things they move together. So once if you wish to plan, you can see that video in which we have discussed about planning and presentation, or what is the importance and significance of planning in your life. So once if you are managing your time as per your own schedule and as per your own wishes, as per your own priorities, if you are able to organize your time, then definitely you'll find that you are not at all under stress, because now the time is moving as per your choice, as per your wish, and now you are not at all under stress. You need to create certain boundaries as well. What do you mean by creating boundaries? Sometimes we may find that we are not able to say no to others. And if we wish to stay alone, even then we cannot say to someone that please move away, leave me alone, or please move from here. I want to stay alone. And sometimes if we wish to take support or help or assistance from someone, even then we will hesitate, and we'll keep on working it by ourselves, so that it leads us towards stressful environment. So sometimes we create certain boundaries. No, I'll do this work by myself. I'll not say no to others. If somebody has said something to me, I'll definitely do it for him. Whether for that sake, you need to work so hard and you need to work day night. It doesn't make much difference for you. You'll definitely do the work if once someone has said to you. And these are certain boundaries that you have created around you, and because of them you find that you are you are living in a stressful environment. Rather than, what can you do? Be assertive. We have talked in the previous session, previous slide also. If you can do it, if you can manage that thing, you say yes. Otherwise, clearly you can say that this time I cannot do because I have some other priorities as well. Next time I'll definitely help you out. And even you can give space to others, and you can also have one for yourself. So if you are willing to have support from others, you need to take it, because it's not necessary that always you should do it by yourself. On certain occasions, if you find that somebody can help you out and your work can become little more easier, it is expected from you that you should definitely work as per that support that you may receive from someone. After that, get out of your head is more necessary. What is that? Sometimes we have many tabs in our brain. If we are not opening our brain, we cannot allow many things that are waiting to enter in our brain. So we need to open our brain. Sometimes we have already closed our brain that, okay, in this class, we are not going to learn anything. Then you may definitely attend that class, but you'll never learn, you'll never allow your brain to listen to those things that you may have. If you have allowed your brain to listen, to understand, but here you have already decided that you are not going to allow your brain. So these are certain blockages that we have already created in our brain, that no, I will not do this. No, I will not do this. I am bound to do this only. I haven't done any, ever singing. I have never danced. So I cannot give any live performance. I cannot stand on stage. So these are some things that we have already decided in our mind that I can do this. I cannot do this. I will do this. I will not do this. So sometimes we just need to break all these barriers that you have created around your brain, and you need to come out of those barriers, and you need to see each and everything, whatever is there into this life, and you can enjoy each and everything. And later on, you can decide that how much time you are going to give to watch a movie, to receive a phone call, to attend WhatsApp messages, Facebook messages, etc. So these are all these things that you need to come out of your brain. And another thing is ABC technique. What is that? You can see A means adversity, B means belief, and C means consequences. So this is a cognitive model, and which says that you should work as per ABC technique. How can you do that? Adversity means when you are having negative event circumstances in your life, then you may find that you start believing, and after that some consequences also may appear, such as feelings, some bad feelings also, some good feelings also, and even some behaviors. So how can you face, or how can you work upon the ABC technique? That is really essential and necessary. And once if you have decided that you will work on this technique, you'll find that essentially you have become more optimistic, and you have started believing the things, and as accordingly you can even create certain positivity around yourself. Once everything is created as per our requirement, as per our wish, as per our choices by our brain. So if you wish to create a joyful environment around you, you will create that. If you wish to create a sad environment, you will definitely create that. So it depends upon your brain, it depends upon your belief, it depends upon your own experiences, feelings, that what sort of feelings you wish to see or create around yourself. So these are all the techniques. Once if we are managing all these techniques purposefully, deliberately, then we will definitely find that we are not under stress. So diet and exercise is also most necessary element. You have heard that whatever you are eating, sometimes you may have observed that some people start overeating once if they are under stress, and some of you may not even eat. Sometimes you may have seen that when you have exam, some of you may not even drink anything. They will feel like vomiting and they will not eat anything. Some of you may eat, they will overeat. And so it depends upon your own habit, and diet and exercise also can reduce stress if deliberately you can identify what you do. Once if you are under stress, you overeat or you do not eat, both are the harmful things. You need to do all these things in a balanced way, and you can pursue a healthy diet, along with that some exercises, some mental exercises, some respiratory exercises which will reduce stress from your life. One more important thing you may have heard nowadays is meditation and physical relaxation. So use techniques such as deep breathing, guided visualizations, yoga, and guided body scans. These activities help in relaxing your body, and you'll find sometimes you can even play with your pet. You can meditate, you can listen to music, you can read a book, you can read a newspaper, you can even watch social media sometime. Once if you are under stress, you'll see the Facebook, Instagram, and you'll find, okay, now after watching all the new posts, you'll find, okay, now you are exhausted and now you need not to do anything else. You can take a nap, you can take a cup of coffee, you can take a cup of tea, you can do. If you wish to come out of this stressful situation, you need to bounce back and remove negativity or negative experiences from your life. So building resilience is really necessary. To simplify, resilient people are skilled at accepting the situation which may have occurred in their life, and they learn from what transpired, and then they may move ahead in their life. You need to be focused, you need to be flexible at certain occasions, and you need to be connected, positive, confident, proactive, organized, responsible, and many other things such as build good relationships, do exercise, and you should prepare your own perspective. You should be responsible, have proper sleep, the optimum sleep and organized life you need to follow, and you need to build resilience. That is really necessary. Next is cognitive restructuring. So you need to break the anxiety cycle with CBT. What is CBT? You can see here. CBT, changing perceptions, emotions, thoughts, and behaviors. So you can see these are the three things. And you can even see that the mid-1950s psychologist Dr. Albert Ellis has said that cognitive restructuring, a technique for understanding negative emotions and challenging the sometimes incorrect beliefs that may cause some reactions in their life. So cognitive restructuring is a key component of cognitive behavioral therapy. So this is called CBT. So you need to proceed with cognitive behavioral therapy. Thoughts lead to feelings. Always what you will observe within your brain is you will have some thought in your brain and then some feelings. If good thoughts, good feelings, feeling of love, feeling of affection, feeling of care. And if you have bad feelings, then you'll have feeling of anger, hatred, and these are the feelings that are generated and they will later on produce certain behaviors. So whatever you think, that sort of emotions are also available in your mind. And as per your emotions, feelings and thoughts, you will behave in the same manner. So these are all the things, and you need to break this anxiety cycle with CBT by cognitive behavioral therapy. One more thing is affirmations and imagery is also one important thing, and how it is the power of positive imagery and affirmations is now scientifically proven to increase positive emotions. Once if you start thinking about some positive imagery, some affirmations, you'll find that now some positive emotions are induced in your body. So when you think of a positive experience, if you think of a good experience that may have happened in your life, which generally we do not do because we always the bad memories keep on lingering to our mind. So your brain, you need to deliberately, purposefully proceed with this activity, such as thinking about the positive experiences of your life. Your brain perceives it to be a reality. So once if you start imagining, once if you imagine that something good is happening with you, you'll find that some positive emotions also will appear in your body. And so replace those negative thoughts with the positive statements. Once if some negative thoughts are coming into your brain, you can eliminate them and you can replace them by some positive changes, challenges that are coming in your life. So this is also a very good therapy, and it can reduce stress and it can bring relief in your life. So affirmation and imagery also plays an important role. Take it out. Talk it out, sorry. What does it mean or what does it say? Talk it out. It is really necessary. So don't hold it all inside. That is really harmful for you and even for others. So whenever you have any friction, whenever you have any disbelief, at that time you should always talk it out to the person in a positive way, so that it may not lead you to any friction, any fight. Sharing worries can cut them in half. This is a saying, and also give you a chance to laugh at potentially absurd situations. Later on, you may laugh that for such petty thing, why did I fight? So you can talk to the person concerned, and you can find that whatever the absurdity, whatever the worries, stress that is there within you, it is reduced up to the half level. And sleep also plays an important role in your life. Benefits of sleeping are it relaxes and lowers stress and improves mood and energy. Help to maintain a healthy body and healthy weight. Keep active at sports and improve your muscle coordination as well. And it improves retention and increases the ability to pay attention. So if once you are having sound sleep, you'll find these all things within you. Getting a good night's sleep is fundamental for recharging the dealings with stressful situations in the best possible way. While it varies from individual to individual, someone may feel energetic after having 6 hours sleep. Somebody will feel more energetic after having 8 hours sleeps, and even at some times you may find after having 10 hours sleeps only you'll find that you are energetic, refreshed, recharged and rejuvenated. So it depends upon your own mental status, upon your own requirement, and you can manage your stress levels and you can sleep well time, you can relax, you can exercise, you can meditate, you can connect socially. This is also a very good exercise. You can eat well, reduce caffeine and prioritize your task. You can make list because that is really necessary, and it reduces your stress levels. So once if you are following all these things within your life, you'll find that stress management starts with identifying the source of stress in your life. So you need to identify what is the reason behind your stress, and it becomes really easy for you later on to find the remedies, solutions, and it's also easy to overlook how your own thoughts, your own feelings, your own behaviors contribute to your everyday stress levels. So you need to observe each and everything, and accordingly you can take decisions and you can reduce stress levels from your life.